VIMS Technology, known for delivering enterprises-level solution at an affordable price and excellent support 24/7.
This is Srinivasaragavan. I'm the Vice President of Virtual Infrastructure Managed Services. So basically, we deals with cloud services, private cloud services typically. So I'm just taking through the PPT, what we do. We have a end-to-end cloud solutions. So our vision, delivering cloud-based virtual IT services to enable the innovation in Opex model, high quality, cost-effective solutions. So these are the services which we are catering to the customer, which is Converge infrastructure. I hope you are going to see the demo now. In virtual private cloud, we have VMware, Hyper-V, Zen, and KVM environments. So we are delivering in compute storage, network, and backup solutions, and we do have a network security and orchestration layer level support. So in the public cloud, as you know that we have a 24/7 support. So that's we are going to do that for our customers. And virtual security services, it's firewall, IPS, and UTM VPN support, and VAPT and security audit, and SIEM services, application firewall. So I'm just handovering this session to our pre-sales team. He will take the session completely, how the demo packs, all those stuff will work. So once you complete it, I'll join you back with the session. Sufi, you can take over.
Okay, yeah, I'll start sharing my screen.
Yeah.
All right, hi, this is Sophie. I'm a cloud solution architect. All right, so, okay. So I'll brief you about the VPC panel, how exactly it works, and how easily you can manage virtual private cloud via web browser from any location at any time. Okay, so this is the secure link to connect VIMSCLOUD. Okay, as you can see that there is a padlock, which means your traffic will be secure if you're browsing from any web browser. Okay, so here, those who have signed up with VPC, okay, they will get their own credential along with the username and password. Okay, so I have already mentioned here. So I'm going to log in to the VPC panel. All right. So as you can see that this is the dashboard of the VPC panel. All right, this is our company's logo and all this thing. Okay, as of now, we haven't created any virtual machine. So that is the reason it is written 0 here. So once you start creating virtual machine, okay, so the number will be changed. So there is no CPU utilization, there is no memory utilization, there is no storage and IOPS utilization, right? And apart from this, you can able to see activity log via this option. All right. So whatever activity will be done via this VPC panel, okay, it will generate logs along with the date and time, and along with the action as well. So recently I had created one virtual machine and I destroyed this virtual server. Okay. So everything, every activity will be generated via this panel. Okay. So now I'll simply tell you how you can easily create any virtual machine. This is very easy. I mean, the non-technical person can easily create any virtual machine. Okay. So only they will have to click on virtual server and create virtual server. Okay. It has 4 steps to create any virtual machine. So while creating any virtual machine, you will have to select operating system. The first step is selecting operating system. So there are multiple operating systems are there. You can see Ubuntu, CentOS, Red Hat, Windows as well. All right. And if you want to add your own template to this VPC panel, you can contact to us and we will add this from the backend. So you can use your own operating system while creating any virtual machine. So here I'm selecting Windows 2016 operating system. You can select this and you can click on next. So another option is properties, wherein you can mention your host name along with the label to recognize your virtual machine. So here, I'll just mention VIMS, okay, and host name VIMS demo. Time zone can be defined via this option. Okay. For India, it's Kolkata. Okay. So here, you can set your own password. You can leave it blank. So understand one thing, if you leave it blank, so it will generate automatic password. So here I'm not mentioning my own password so that it will generate automatic password. And another option is encrypt password. So if you are creating any virtual machine, okay, so via VPC panel, you can able to see password of virtual machines. Okay, so if you want to add encryption, so that before showing password, if you want to add encryption, so this can be done via this option. Okay, so I'll just mention here. Uh, Again, I'll just mention. And then I click on next. So the third part is resources. So in the VPC, what happens? We will be giving you the quota of the resources such as RAM, CPU, and the storage, which you can utilize to any virtual machines. All right. So here I'll set RAM configuration from 102.242 2048. CPU I'll set 4 CPU. Socket I'll set, that is 1, and priority I set 2% of this. And apart from this, the primary storage. So you can mention what storage you want to assign to this particular version machine. You can click on 50 GB or 100 GB, it's up to you. And also it has editable option as well. Once you created any virtual machine, after that you can also upscale the resources and you can downgrade as well. So this can be done once the VM is created, and I'll come on that point as well. So it has multiple options. The third here you can see a network interface wherein you will have to assign IP address. So what we will be doing in this, Vimstream will be assigning a list of IP address to this VPC panel, which can be utilized to assign IP address to any virtual machine. So there are multiple range. Select this one. Okay. And port speed. So this is the port speed which you can configure up to 100 Mbps. So if you want to set specific port speed to particular version machine, this can be done via this option. So I'll set 100 Mbps so that you will get more performance on this. I click on next. Yeah, this is the final step for confirmation. So before confirmation, it will give you an overview about this. You can see this is the specification, this is the storage, this is the port speed, and this is Windows operating system with 4 CPU. Okay. So it has very easy and simple to create any virtual machine. Now I click on create virtual server. See, now the activity is started immediately via dashboard. You can able to see logs. Yeah, here you can able to see the on that period of time, 5th Feb, I have created one virtual machine. It is under running. Once the task is completed, so the icon will be changed from as completed. And above you can see this is the CPU utilization to this version to this VPC panel. 2 GB RAM, 4 CPU, 100 Mbps, along with the primary IP address. Okay. And here I have created one virtual machine. So the value has been changed. So we are creating multiple virtual machines, so the value will be changed. And here in the appliance option, once you click on virtual server again. So as you can see here, you can able to locate multiple virtual machines created by you. Okay, it can be anything like Windows, Linux, Red Hat, anything. Okay, you can click on label. Once you click on this, okay, it will give you the more overview about the IP address. What is the password of this? So, okay, if you already earlier while creating virtual machine, I leave it blank. Okay. So as of now, the password has been automatically generated from VPC option. And also earlier I had set encryption for security purpose. Okay, I click on password. It will ask for encryption to know your password for this virtual machine. Okay, that's set. Decrypt. So it takes few seconds to decrypt the password for this virtual machine. As you can see that this is the password which is automatically generated for this virtual machine. Okay, and this is the IP address, and this is the activity log. So still it is under the provisioning. Usually Windows take too much time as compared to Linux. It can be done within 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. So meanwhile, I'll show you another things about an overview. Okay, CPU usage. You can click on this. Wherein it will give you an overview about the usage, about the high, peak, every detail will be there. So you can apply your own filter. You can set date, time, and you can do customized filter on this to know the utilization of the particular CPU. Okay, as you can see that usage 0%, and here the CPU usage what 24%, 24.15%. Okay, Friday, Feb, 5th of Feb, 11:39. Okay, so here this is what you can do. And another the relevant option is networking option, wherein you will get multiple options: networking interface, firewall, and IP address. So once you click on network interface, you can able to the monitor the bandwidth usage of this virtual machine. So the port speed we had set 100 Mbps for this virtual machine. Interface usage, you can click on this, and it will give you an overview about the network interface usage, about the bandwidth. Here also you can apply filter along with the date and time, and wherein you will get an overview. You can see data sent, data received. Every detail will be there. What was the transaction? Here you can see that what was the utilization on that period of time. Okay, this can be seen by this option. And another option is firewall. So VIMSCLOUD are giving free VPC firewall that from where you can do whitelisting and blacklisting of the IP address. So under the firewall option, you can also allow accept and drop. Accept means you can whitelist the IP address. So your VM will be accessible via mentioned IP address only. You can also add range of the IP address. And another option is drop. if you mention this, so it will act like a blacklisted IP address. So you can mention drop, you can mention the source IP, destination port, and you can also mention the protocol to get access for this virtual machine. And you can add multiple roles as well. And another one is IP address. So you can also change you can also assign private IP address. You can swap the IP address. You can change. So it will give you granular permission and granular option. Okay, you can delete as well. So understand one thing, if you are changing the IP address, okay, so you have to reboot the server. You can click on this, you can do rebuild the network, or else if you want to change the IP address, you can click on this, allocate new IP address. You can specify, you can select option from here, you can add IP address. Encryption key would be required. Here, once you click on it, you can delete existing and you can add new IP address via this option. All right. And another option is that disk option. Click on this. And this is the storage for this Windows machine. Okay. So as of now, it is under building create. Once it is created, you can able to also monitor IOPS as well. You can click here, you can monitor IOPS. So here, so same like in CPU usage, you can able to get more information about the IOPS via this option. You can see that read and write IOPS utilization along with the date and time. So I'll go once again on this option. As you can see that virtual machine is already has been created. You can switch on the power and switch off the power as well. You can reboot the server via this option. You can reboot the server in recovery mode and shut down the virtual server. Okay, and this is the IP address, and this is the label of this virtual machine. You can click on this. Yeah, as you can see that the log has been changed, updated firewall, rebuild the network. Every detail would be there based on the virtual machine. And I'll show you under tools option what can be done via this option. So here under the power option, you will get reboot virtual server, reboot in recovery, shut down virtual server. You can also shut down the server if you want to shut down, in some specific time. So on that period of time, virtual machine will not be accessible. Okay. And you can also boot this from ISO as well. If you already have an image, you can boot as well. Okay. Now another thing is that rebuild a virtual server. You can virtual server as well. You can add it as well. I'll click on this. Yeah. So you can also, it has multiple options. Okay, under the administrator option, you can reset the administrator password as well. Or initially, if you set this password, okay. And if you want to change this, you can set your own password as well. Okay. Here you can get this changed via this option, and you can also change FUDN. If you want to change the name of this host name, this can be done via this option. Okay, only you have to reboot the server. Okay, it takes only just 1 or 2 minutes, not more than that. And also the every activity will be done if it is done via this panel, the logs will be generated. Virtual server. You can click startup. Right. So it takes 1 or 2 minutes. The meanwhile, I'll show you another option, the templates. So here in the VPC panel, you can able to see a list of templates. Okay. So here, as you can see that there are multiple operating systems, Linux, CentOS, Windows, Red Hat. And you can add more operating system as well. If you want to add your own, you can bring your own operating system. You can add from the backend to this virtual machine so that you can use this virtual operating system to create any virtual machine. And this is what you can do. Okay. So this is the key features has been covered by this option. Okay. So our VIMSCLOUD comes with high availability, and we have a very strong SLA, which is 99.99%. So you will never know that about if something happens on the hardware level. So, for example, if RAM goes down, if there is a failure on the CPU side, and if there is a failure on the speech firewall, and even the bandwidth, you will never know that there was some problem at the backend. So, and there won't be any impact on your workload. It will work as it is only. So this is the beauty of this product. Every hardware, like as I already told, that comes with high availability. Okay, so which will give you reliability, and there won't be any impact on your business if your workload is hosted with a VIMSCLOUD. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the nice session.